Yeah, hi, I'm Dave Martin. I'm Senior Vice President at British Esports. So British Esports is the not-for-profit. It was established in 2016 and it's here to support the ecosystem of esports. So esports is video games, those ones that many people know and love, and it's taking those video games into human versus human competitions, sometimes in small offices and small arenas, but all the way up to stadiums watched by tens and hundreds of millions of people. My role as Senior Vice President, in effect, is Chief Operating Officer of all things British Esports. So we're a not-for-profit, so really importantly we need to build a sustainable federation that will actually drive value to the esports ecosystem and allow it to continue to grow.
Why are you doing what you do in Sunderland rather than anywhere else?
I think from my perspective, being somebody who's a proud northerner, it's great that we have this opportunity now in the north of the country, and as Dave said, we serve the whole of the United Kingdom, and actually strategically in terms of location for us, that's amazing in terms of being able to access the north of England, the north of Wales, Scotland, Northern Ireland, and also where we are on this side of the coast actually as the access point and gateway to Europe and the rest of the world, which is amazing for us, for those people outside of the UK who actually want to come in and use these facilities and really experience what world-leading facilities and a world-leading programme looks like.
Can you tell us something that you are proud of about the work you do in your community?
Yeah, really importantly, here at British Esports, there's a lot of work we want to do in the community. And here in Sunderland, in October of last year, we connected with Councillor Philip Tighe. There's a programme called Youth Almighty, which has been a piece of work he's done for over 20 years, which is really all about supporting and saving youth clubs that are starting to close all around the country at the moment, but particularly some challenges around Sunderland. So alongside that, we noticed that during the summer holidays, working with the Sunderland Sale team, that kids get a little bit bored. There's sometimes not so much for them to do in different areas, and summer holidays and Easter holidays, etc., can be quite long. So what we did is we put a programme together where they came into our facility of an evening. It was a 2-day event. On the first day they came in and we just set up some consoles for them and they played some very simple games, and we stood back and we didn't kind of put too much pressure on them. We gave them a warm space. We gave them possibly the first thing they had properly to eat on that day and let them play. And just started to connect, but not too heavily. And then in day 2, we started to take them around the facility more and show them what we've got here and what we're trying to do and talk about the vision and the industry. And suddenly we've got 11 to 15-year-olds sat all around our big board table questioning us about marketing, sponsorships, investment, how this business model could work, how they might make the business model work. And we had an incredibly engaged group of young people excited about what we're doing here in Sunderland, which is definitely a big part of what esports does. It allows us to connect with communities in a way that perhaps some other industries struggle to do, because when you look at the average kind of 11 to 19-year-old, we're talking about 90% plus of those individuals playing video games. So they know this industry almost as well as we do. And when we talk to them, we're talking to them and talking to their passion point. So it becomes very easy for us to get a connection. So then they finished the session, they put all their stuff away incredibly nicely, and they left. And sometimes it's a high in the street when we wander past them, which is wonderful.
Yeah, so is this something that you like to carry on with in order to make a difference in Sunderland?
And the great opportunity about our long-term ambition here in Sunderland is then that for the people that we work with on our education programmes, it takes time to go through those programmes. It's not, you're in for a few weeks and then you're going to go out and get a job. It's about that pathway and that education pathway so that we can work across primary education, secondary education, further education, and then higher education and university to really provide opportunity over time for people to develop through that pathway, and at the end to then have the impact where people are then realising their next steps and future careers.
Can you tell us a little bit more about the work that you do and the role that you play?
Hi Archie, I do lots of different things. I guess the main two things I do is I work for Sunderland Music City and Sunderland AFC. So with Sunderland Music City, we're trying to get Sunderland established as a music city internationally in status. There's lots of work and research and connectivity, kind of networking has to go on with that kind of side of my job. On a weekend, I get to pretend I'm a commentator for Sunderland AFC. I've worked for Sunderland AFC for a number of years now, doing all sorts of things, from the concerts all the way through to some media duties and even announcing inside the stadium as well.
I would argue that the football club is the heartbeat of the city. So how does it make you feel to be the voice of the club?
I mean, I try not to think about it because it's quite scary when you put it like that. But no, I mean, the voice of the football club is the fans, really. And, you know, the biggest football club outside of the Premier League, one of the biggest clubs in Europe in terms of potential, you know, the fan base, the international reach, you know, the big, most watched sports documentary ever on Netflix is about Sunderland AFC, you know. I'm very lucky. I speak to the players and I ask them what do they think of new players, what do they think of the facilities at the academy, and they say they've never been in better ones. And I ask them what's it like to play in the stadium at night when it's full, and they say they can't describe how loud it is. It's an amazing privilege to do those jobs with Sunderland AFC, and I'm a Sunderland fan, so it means a lot more.
And being from Sunderland yourself, how exactly does somebody from Sunderland get into commentary? Because my end goal is to be in a position similar to yours.
Well, I actually first started when I was at City Sunderland College. I was doing media at City Sunderland College. I approached Hospital Radio when I was there, and I did Hospital Radio all the way through college and university, and that was amazing for me. I learned all things like talking to time. I learned how to do a music program. I learned how to do commentary because I ended up doing the commentary. You don't just go straight in there. You know, you have to learn some basics first, and it's all voluntary as well. But it's an amazing thing, an amazing service that you could, you know, do these. I was commentating on Premier League games for free, for voluntary. But you know, I was a commentator for Sunderland in the hospitals, you know, so anyone in hospital, if they wanted to hear the Sunderland game, they had to tune into the hospital radio, and that was one of the best experiences I've ever done. I'd say offer yourself out to as many different things as you can. I always remember an old lecturer when I was at City Sunderland College said, just do as many things as you can, read as many books as you can, watch as many films as you can, listen to as much music as you can. You just become a more rounded person. I've really got into the Sunderland music scene when I was at City Sunderland College as well. I remember people just like giving me CDs to listen to, and then I really fell in love with different types of music and film as well. I remember going to the Tyneside Theatre as well with college to see some amazing films and like French art house films, which I never even knew as, you know, someone from Sunderland. So City Sunderland College actually was very influential into the person I am today, and that was just surrounding myself with different people and discovering new things.